So, I wanted to tell you the truest fictitious story ever told. It stars a main character that you all will be smitten with. Strikingly handsome lead character named myself. And myself, I went out in search of the most magical, most amazing hat of all time. Okay, that's what my goal. I wanted to find the greatest hat of all time. I struck out with my four friends here. This is Dan the Duke. Dan the Duke. We got Cal the Kingly. Cal Kingly. Benjamin the Great Baron Benjamin. And Justin the Jester. Because it starts with a J. And my name is, of course, Awesome Dave. And we all went out in search of this great hat. And we started our journey in Nashville, Tennessee. That's where we live. And we thought, let's start local, right? They have lots of cowboy boots and cowboy hats, but the greatest hat of all time is not in Nashville. No, it is not. So we struck out. We set out upon a journey. We went to Virginia, to the deep south. And in Virginia, I'll just let you know right now, the greatest hat is not there. There's a lot of swampy things, but not the greatest hat of all time, okay? And so we set out, and we went north, right? We went just straight north, and we didn't stop until we got to New Hampshire. And there in New Hampshire, there were many mountains. Their state motto is live free or die. I thought maybe these people are intense. Maybe the greatest hat of all time resides in New Hampshire. No, it did not. No, it did not. We had to bring it back just a little bit south of New Hampshire. We had to come back home to the Empire State, okay? To New York. I crossed the Hudson River, and Dan died of dysentery. This Oregon Trail, I don't know if anybody ever played Oregon Trail. That's like old 80s humor. Anyway, when we crossed the Hudson River, and we came upon a town called, I believe the locals call it Poughkeepsie. Poughkeepsie. Of course, it was named, scholars believe it was named because of the many Winnie the Pooh collectibles that are found in the town. And people say, no, that's mine, I'm gonna Poughkeepsie then, right? Poughkeepsie, the Winnie the Pooh collectible. That's why it was named that. That's what scholars say, not me. In the town of Poughkeepsie, I thought I would find the greatest hat. And a great sage guided me. And he guided me south to, I believe it's Wapanea Falls. Is that right? Am I close? And there, in the magical land, there are no waterfalls, no. There is the kingdom of goodwill. Yes. Inside the kingdom of goodwill are many magical things, and we as a group, we entered the kingdom, and we saw that a dinette set for $52.60. It was incredible. We could have had a round table meal, but no. We did not. We were well nourished. We were fine. So we kept on pressing, all right? We walked past a broken rollerblade. And I realized, man, this rollerblade has seen some things. It has been through many a courageous battle. And it is only a quarter. Surely we could buy the broken rollerblade. But I felt if I bought the broken rollerblade, my mission would be unaccomplished. I would have failed. And I knew the greatest hat of all time had to be around there somewhere. And so, at the back of the store, in a bin marked clearance, probably garbage, there was the greatest hat of all time. Now, this is the point of the story when usually we have amazing music, okay? But I think tonight what I would rather do is to have you guys provide the epicness that will reveal the greatest hat of all time, okay? So you remember that part in The Little Mermaid, okay? When Ariel's voice is being traded for like human legs, when he goes, you know that part? I want you guys to sing that with me, and I'm gonna reveal the hat. Ready? Here we go. Ready? All together. Now I know that Robbie from City Harbor sang that earlier, but you guys nailed it, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And this right here, of course, this is the greatest hat of all time, as you can tell. So when I reached for this hat, out from the shadows a clerk appeared, and he said, "Thou knowest not what thou touchest." said, is it full of germs? What's going on? He said, no. He said, if you place thine hat upon thine brow, ye shall be forever transformed. Are you ready for the rewards and the responsibility and maybe the regurgitation that comes with placing this hat upon your head? And I said, let's do this. And this is what was heard. Oh. There it is. There, that's what was heard right there. All right. All of goodwill got funky, y'all. And then I took the hat off my head. And I knew that if I placed this hat on my brow, I'd be infused with folk tale and legend. I would become the most bodacious of bards. Bon Jovi. And so, I placed the hat upon my brow, and this is what was heard. So you can clap along and sing along with us, if you know this one. Time used to work on the God. Unions on strike, it's down on his luck, it's so tough. You know it's so tough. Gino works the diner all day, working for the man. She brings home the pay for love. Yeah. She does it for love. She says we gotta hold on to what we got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We got each other. That's a lot for love. Let's give it a shot. Come on. Oh, we have to wait. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer, just living on a prayer. Break it down, Big Dan. Come on. Said we gotta hold on to what we got. Doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We got each other. That's a lot for love. Let's give it a shot. Keep change. Oh, we have waited. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer. Come on. Oh, we have waited. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer. We are living on a prayer. So there I stood, hat in hand, and I was ready, man. I was ready to go, mission accomplished. And I had to approach, before you leave the kingdom of goodwill, you have to approach the king, right? King Kashir. King Kashir, he stood at attention, and he saw me coming from afar, and he saw the treasure that I had found in his kingdom. And he said, surely that hat is not for you. This was made for a royal diadem, for the kingliest of brows. He said, thou should give me this hat. And I said, no way, dude. I said, goodwill has only one law: finders keepers. And the king said, I respect that. And he said, but I've heard tale that if you spin the hat thrice and you think of galaxies and fantasies and dreams and rivers that meet the sky, that mingle with the ocean, that fly with the eagles, and then hang out with goldfish, and then for some reason just chill with a porcupine, and then they walk down the street together, and then they dream those dreams of galaxies and rivers, that you shall become transformed. I said, I don't know what you just said. I like porcupines, so I'm gonna turn this hat on my head and see what happens. So I spun the hat thrice, and this is what occurred. And I was on my way to the gates of Goodwill when all of a sudden, from the used VHS section, arose the evil dragon of Goodwill. I mean, legend had foretold of this evil dragon. It was beastly. He was a huge dragon. He stood before me in the gates, and he looked me eye to eye. And I realized once I stared back into the great eyes of the evil dragon of Goodwill that he was not an evil dragon. He was simply depressed. He had been passed over many a time with all of his dragon friends in games of dragon dodgeball, right? He just wanted to be chosen, right? And so I knew that the dragon didn't need to be slain, no. He needed a song. He needed to roar a mighty roar. He needed to have some courage. And so what I did, I spun the hat the other way just to see what might happen. And then I put the hat upon my head, and this is what was heard. So tonight, help me out, because this song I'm not like 100% on. I forget the lyrics sometimes. It's originally sung by a girl, so that's a double whammy, okay? So help me out and sing along. We're gonna get this dragon to be courageous with the song. Here we go. This is my attempt. Used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, afraid to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely. I guess that I forgot I had a choice. But you pushed me past my breaking point. I stood for nothing, so I fell for everything. You held me down, but I got up, already brushing off the dust. You hear that noise, you hear that sound. It's like thunder gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up. Get ready, cause I had enough. I seen it all, I see it now. I got the eye of a tiger, a fighter, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar, roar, roar. You're gonna hear me roar. Now I'm floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. I earned my stripes. I went from zero into a hero. Yes, you held me down, but I got up, already brushing off the dust. You hear that noise, you hear that sound. It's like thunder gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up. Get ready, 'cause I had enough. I seen it all, I see it now. And I've got the eye of a tiger, a fighter, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar, roar. You're gonna hear me roar. All right, so I think that the dragon, in order to roar a mighty roar, we need to come together again, okay? So we can combine our voices. I'm gonna sing something crazy, okay? I'm gonna start out simple. It's gonna get crazy and crazier, but we're gonna just roar together. The simple lyric is just roar, okay? So follow along with me. Listen to it once, and then hit me with this. Okay, here we go. Roar. Just the balcony. Roar. Come on, balcony, let me hear you. Lower lip, let me hear this. Roar. Come on, lower lip. Everybody. Roar. High note. Dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar, roar. You're gonna hear me roar. Thus endeth the tale of the greatest man in the